Motivation is a lie. Yeah, I said it. That feeling you keep waiting for, that I'll start tomorrow energy, that sudden burst where everything just clicks, it's not real. Or at least, it's not reliable. Because if motivation actually worked, you wouldn't still be stuck in the same cycle. Think about it. How many times have you felt motivated? You watched a video, got hyped, told yourself this is it, I'm changing my life, maybe even made a full plan. And for a moment, it felt real. You started strong, but then what happened? A few days later, you slowed down, then you skipped one day, then another, and suddenly you're right back where you started. Same goals, same frustration. So what changed? Not your potential, not your capability, just your mood, because motivation is nothing more than a temporary emotion. It spikes and then it disappears. One bad day, one distraction, one moment of comfort over effort, and it's gone. And if your progress depends on something that unstable, you're going to keep restarting forever. That's why you feel inconsistent. That's why you doubt yourself. That's why it feels like you're trying, but not moving. Meanwhile, there are people moving ahead, not because they're more talented, not because they're always motivated, but because they stopped relying on it. They figured out something different, something boring, something unexciting, but something that actually works. And once you understand that, everything changes. Here's the truth that most people don't want to hear. The people you admire, the ones who look consistent, focused, disciplined, they don't feel like doing it either. They're not waking up every day excited. They're not always confident. They're not always in the mood. They just don't give themselves a choice. They show up anyway. That's the difference. Not motivation, not talent, just action without negotiation. Because they understand something most people ignore. Motivation is optional. Showing up is not. They don't wait to feel ready. They don't wait for the perfect time. They remove the decision completely. It's not, should I do this today? It's, I do this every day. And that shift, it's everything. Because once something becomes non-negotiable, your brain stops arguing. There's no overthinking, no excuses, just execution. And here's where most people go wrong. They think success comes from doing big, intense things. Working 10 hours, changing everything overnight, going all in, but that's exactly what burns them out. Real progress, it comes from small, repeatable actions. The kind that feel almost too easy. The kind you don't feel like celebrating, but the kind you can actually sustain. Because consistency beats intensity every single time. You don't need a perfect day. You need a good day, even if it's messy, even if it's slow. Because every time you show up when you don't feel like it, you're building something most people never will. Self-trust. And once you have that, you become unstoppable. So if motivation is a lie, what do you actually do? You stop asking how you feel, and you start deciding who you are. Because the moment you say, I only act when I feel motivated, you've already lost control. But the moment you say, I'm the kind of person who shows up no matter what, everything shifts. Now it's not about mood. It's about identity. So make it simple. Lower the pressure. Stop trying to be perfect. Instead, focus on being consistent. Set a standard so small you can't avoid it. 1 page, 10 minutes. 1 task. That's it. Because showing up imperfectly every day will take you further than waiting for the perfect moment ever will. And here's the part most people miss. The more you act without motivation, the less you need it. You stop depending on feelings. You stop starting over. You stop questioning yourself. Because now you trust your actions, not your emotions. That's when things actually start to change. Quietly, slowly, but permanently. So stop waiting. Stop refreshing your mood like it's going to suddenly fix your life. It won't. Your actions will. Start small. Stay consistent. And let your results speak. If this shifted your perspective even a little, stay with me, because this is just the beginning. There's a lot more coming that will actually help you build discipline, not just chase motivation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.